Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen, this is Hard Rock University, and as the famous scientist Antoine Lavoisier once said, from time to time it is good to re-examine one's assumptions. How's the strip doing? How long was that?
About 25 seconds.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of gold out of the stripper. Now,
That stripper's really delivering, isn't he?
we got stuff from the mystery dump here. We got different kinds of quartz type minerals, and Eva sorted them according to her criteria. Whatever those criteria were, I didn't pay much attention.
Well, I can tell you. This is a skeletonized dude. I call them that because they are very light for their size.
Very low density.
And when you clink them together, they actually sound like porcelain plates when they break. They're primarily composed of what you could call a sugar quartz, very, very fine-grained stuff.
And
now,
a bunch of
this
brown.
Dude, we're calling Crystalsaurus Rex here.
There you go.
When he's cleaned up, he's going to be really beautiful. Now notice on the backside, he's bladed. He's got that bladed stuff going on there. And this is one of the guys I call the flaky dudes. Because if you see them out in the light, first of all, most of the staining on these is purely on the surface.
There. That's really
And when you see
flashing.
them out on the light, out in the light, the quartz is bladed. It actually flakes off almost like flakes of flint and has extremely sharp edges.
Well, what I'm thinking is these are what you might call macrocrystalline quartz.
Yeah.
Even though this is solid quartz, as in it's almost completely quartz, it's not nearly as tough as, say, the kryptonite or whatever. You put it in the crusher, the jaw just crunches this stuff. It doesn't struggle with it. Now,
There's a good face.
it's got a
on
little
it
bit
right
of
there.
mineralization, but not much. Now, one would think that stuff would be the best. Got the most mineralization. This stuff may be the next, or maybe this would be the next. But you'd be mistaken.
Most people wouldn't expect that to have anything in it.
Yeah,
at all.
you'd think crystal cost. Now, this was a 50-pound sample. This is the stage 1 panning. I just take the stage 1 out of the sluice and pan it. This way we can do kind of bulk samples and get relative numbers. Okay. This was the Crystalsaurus sort of rock. This was 100 pounds, not 50, because we only had about 50 pounds of this stuff. But nevertheless, that's way more than twice as much. And then this was 100 pounds of the
Flaky dude.
more, just solid quartz. So I am surprised by these results. Also up there at the Discovery Cabin, which is somewhat close to this place, we ran into the same thing. The more mineralized, vuggy, porous sort of stuff, that was not the good stuff. It was stuff that looked like this was the best. So always test, never assume. You always start with assumptions and then you test them, because sometimes nature likes to go, hey, dumbass, I'm going to throw you a curveball here. So always be prepared for that. Anyhow, now I got to go up there and clean out the rest of the sluice, where I'm checking the hog mat versus the VDR mat primarily at this point. Let's see how that works out. This is a result of 250 pounds of mystery dump material. This is the gold hog mat in position ahead, and there's one picker almost a picker right there, but that's what, a 20th of an inch? Yep. Anyhow, the interesting thing is a lot of that gold is very, very fine. There's not much in the 5,000ths range, whereas here we seem to have more in that slightly larger range. This is the VDR mat in position 2. Okay, so now I've gone to the sluice, I've reversed everything. The plan is to run another 250 pounds, and then we'll see what we got. Okay, well here's what happened when we reversed the material now. This is just basically stages 2 and 3. Stage 2, stage 3, stage 2, stage 3. Stage 1 was always the same. This is one 250-pound sample. This is another 250-pound sample. They are not guaranteed to have the same grade or anything, so we're looking at the relative amounts gathered and the sizes. Now in the first stage, where we had the hog mat in front, we got coarser gold below it than we did when we had the VDR in front. When the VDR in front, this is much finer gold on average than this is. Also the amount. This is the VDR mat in the first position. This is the hog mat in the second. This is the hog mat in the first position. This is the VDR in the second. So I would say the VDR seems to be doing better. And that's the best I can say. We still should be getting only about half the gold in the gravity separation, and the other half will be dissolving, which we're working on in a minute. Now this is another little device I made to make life easier. I think you're going to need more water in there. Well, we've got a flask. Let go of it. A little flask. Put a weight on it to make it less unstable. And we just got a small vacuum cleaner. You're going to need more water.
Yep.
And instead of a snifter bottle, which is a pain in the ass,
Which reminds me, I have to clean out that snifter bottle.
you just suck stuff up this way. Push more water in there. I could see there was a little gold left.
Yeah, I know.
Plus you always want to get a big pile of water surging through that hose as the last thing you do, because you want to flush it. Okay?
And we can also clean out that snuffer bottle that still has stuff in it, because that belongs to here.
No, we're actually running a test right now.
Okay.
So just leave that. But anyhow, so this allows us to capture all the gold quite easily. Okay, now we're gonna rock on and get the rest of the stuff. Okay, so here we are cleaning the gold off the cathode of the electrolytic cell from the stripper. You can see it works pretty easy. This is stainless steel, and the voltage we're pushing does not plate it nice and firm, so it just washes right off. Now this over here in this bowl is stuff that is already just fallen off the cathode. By using the same equipment every time, anything that you don't quite clean off is something that you'll get the next time. In theory.
And I always keep the extra fine stuff well separated from the other stuff.
And then she's recovering all this really fine stuff, and eventually she'll smelt it all down. I think a lot of that's just like iron compounds. You want another rinse, or
Yeah, I will do it if you don't.
are you just going to digest?
After it's dry, yes. There we go. That should be good.
Come on. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized pile of gold.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Leave that there. That's drying.
Well, this is going to be drying on that plate, spread out, because it goes faster that way and I end up with a better product. I will take care of it.
Okay, this goes in here. And we take everything and get it ready to go back to work when we come back after the weekend. So, we've got some gravity gold and we got some dissolved gold and all kinds of gold. Not a bad day. Happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.